I'm now part of a bigger system. That's so spooky to me.
So like I said, from January to August, everything was great, and then there was just a shift where
you could tell.
There was a shift
immediately. Boom! You just felt the doors closed. Avoiding.
We became roommates. No
communication.
Yeah, nothing. The constant need to go back home out of state.
Yep.
Coming back and telling me crazy stories.
And you never stopped her. You weren't like fucking holding her hostage.
Nothing. She was free to go.
Free to leave, bro.
Yeah, she was free to go.
Free to leave.
She was free to go whenever she wanted. I never stopped her from doing anything. I don't hurt, touch, beat. I don't do anything to women. Always been taught, been raised by them. Never touched.
Right. We grew up with
more
women in our lives.
Yeah,
right.
We were raised by women, but we learned. My brother and I had to learn what it meant to be a man.
Right, restraint,
all that stuff like that.
Yeah, emotional. Because I used to spaz. I used to crash out back then.
Bro, you try to fight me all the time.
Bro, I used to crash out. It didn't matter, man, woman. I used to crash out.
Man would try to whoop my ass every single time, bro.
I was super mad emotional. Yeah. I get passionate about things, but like I would be, everything was just like
anger.
Yeah. You see what I'm saying? Anger.
And we had to learn how to control that.
Right. You know, and that's the thing. Like I had to learn how to be a man. Yeah, I'm kind of fuego.
I was about to say.
I'm kind of fuego.
Tell Bruce to get back in the cage.
But at the end of the day, I fix your fucking car. I'll build you a fucking fireplace.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know?
And we got.
But I know how to do skincare.
Yeah.
Yeah. What the fuck?
Keep that chocolate smooth.
Yeah, I knew the skincare. Nail tech, I teach you how to take care of your hair and shit.
Yeah.
I know about makeup and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But like, as a man, like I had to learn that shit. I cared. I wanted to be the best version of myself.
Yeah.
And that's like with the feminine energy and the masculine energy. I'm a man. I can be a man, but I can be empathetic. I can be emotional when I need to be. You see what I'm saying? But I know, okay, all right, I need to shut that the fuck off because logically we need to get the fuck business.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? We need to build some shit. Things need to continue moving forward.
Yep.
Things need to advance. We need structure. We need order.
Yeah.
You know, we need provision. We need protection.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? We need guidance. We need wisdom. You know? But at the end of the day, we're still human. We still make mistakes. We still need grace. But some people can't see that. Some people can't see outside themselves.
No.
Because I'm chasing my own happiness.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Ah!
So the expectation and what they want is what that's the only thing they see. No. So yeah, like I said, everything just started going downhill from that and all that stuff like that. So what was it? December before Christmas? Well, the day of Christmas, she was supposed to come down, and I told her she didn't have to because there would be no. There'd be no point.
It was going to be bad energy.
Yeah, all that stuff like that.
No, you weren't going to really interact with the family.
Well, she couldn't even make it for Christmas. She had to come before Christmas. And then she's like, "Oh, I'll come after." And I'm like, I told her. So after I realized I spent Christmas by myself, then my brother and I had a conversation. I told her I'd come visit her for the week, and then I finally met her family. Dad, nice. So what she told me,
everything she painted.
She painted an evil picture of her family, and it just wasn't that. Like they're very loving people, and then so Dad, I talked to Jeff. I talked to my brother before I went up, and then I had the conversation. And I said, what do I do? My brother's like, you already know the answer. So I spent the whole week with her. And then the Friday that I was going to leave, I literally gave her the speech. I said, I'm not your Ken doll. I'm not here to sit on the shelf. I said,
whenever you feel like loving.
Whenever you feel like giving me your attention, telling me what's going on. You make promises that you can't keep. She made a job decision.
Let me just interrupt. If you ever date an avoidant, it's a spooky thing.
It is. Because that's 5 years.
Spooky thing.
That's 5 years I put into that relationship.
Because it ends up being where it's like they only love you when they feel like it, and then it could just.
But they want you to love them
all the time. You have to love them all the time, and if you don't, that's the reason why. That is the fuel for them leaving you. But it's like. You know, when there's time for reciprocation or when there's room for the relationship to grow and the bonds to deepen, nope, cut you off. I'm running away.
Yep.
I'm going to disappear. I'm going to disappear. Yep. I'm going to ghost you.
So no, I said, I'm not your Ken doll. I'm not going to be waiting for you on the shelf. I said, you got a job without telling me. then you told me that you would transfer back down here. But then you every time I asked you when you're coming back, you couldn't tell me. Her mom told me something else too. Basically said that because you wanted children, that's why she left. That's not what she told me. So, and then I said, you can either come with me, or you can't come, or I can. And then she's like, I can't give you an answer. And I'm like, all right. I said her whole name for the first time ever, and I said, I hope you have a great life. You enjoy it. She gave me a hug. I walked away. Didn't even stop me. Look back? No, I didn't look back. And she didn't stop me or yell my name or anything like that. She just boom, boom, boom. And then that was it.
Right.
And then that was it. And then, of course, the crash out came later when she tried to accuse me of cheating. She tried to destroy my character, all that stuff like that. So a lot happened, but after that I just cut it off, because it was like, at that point you can't be friends with somebody that I tried to be, and then I tried to do the nice thing, be friends and do it, but then I was like in my head, that's not gonna really work, because after I tried to separate the phones, accused me of cheating. After that, crashed out. Oh, this is what you're doing. This is what you're doing. Making up names, doing that, because it was like, this is the first time.
I need a reason.
Accountability.
Right. I didn't fuck up.
Yeah.
I wasn't the one that fucked up.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go through all the. Okay, you had to do something.
Let's try to find something.
That's what they always do. In Avoidant, once they want to get the fuck away from you, they'll start accusing. They'll go after your character.
Oh, yeah. She even tried to take Bruce.
Right. Because I've dated an Avoidant before. Here's what they'll say. Or you're either cheating, or then they'll start attacking you, like
your character.
Your character. Oh, wow. Like, or who you are as a man.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you're broke. You can't give me the life that I wanted. It's like, wait, we was just chilling like the last 2.5 years. Yeah. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's spooky. That's how you know. They'll start destroying you, and you'll never know. You'll never know, because in your mind, it's like, what did I say? They'll start planning 6 months ahead.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah,
before you start seeing the symptoms. They left you 6 months ago.
Unfortunately, that's sorry guys, but it's a female.
Right.
They'll plan the breakup 6 months before they even leave the relationship.
6 months ago, they already started planning how to leave you.
But yeah, her mom was the one that told me the reason why she left. She never told me that. What does Snot say? Do you still? No, I never.
Do you still talk to your exes? No. Snot says it can't ever be their fault.
Yeah, no, I don't ever. If I see, my thing is, if I'm done, I'm done. It's like what
he really just shut that.
Yeah, that was off. That's
shutting down. Going
that's how I am. That's how I am with any human being. If you do something,
I gotta take a leak.
Oh, yeah.
So bad, bro.
Yeah, no. That's how I am as a human being. If you f up so bad in my life, it will literally be, no, I'm done with you. I'm not going to try to rekindle that relationship. If I see you walking across the street, if I happen to pass by you, I'll say hi and how are you doing, but it's not something that I feel like I need to reconnect with a person or keep in contact with that person. That's just who I am. Snot says, and the gross thing is all that stuff they throwing in your face. They have been thinking about it that you're not because you have no money, or et cetera, et cetera. I don't think it was for me. I don't think it was that's probably general, but for me, I don't think it was the whole me not having money thing. Because of course, like I said, I was literally paying for mostly everything, so I never had an issue with that. Because I would always find a way, even though I struggled. Because remember, I was used to, when I moved out my mom's and then moved in with my buddy Skylar, I was used to taking care of myself. So I knew how to pay my own bills and or the rent or the electricity, the internet. I was used to doing all that. But I was never used to paying for not just myself, but for somebody else, especially somebody that didn't have a job at the time. Read Snot's last comment. I'm just responding to that.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's not for me. It wasn't necessarily the I don't have money. Shit. She didn't say any of that. It was more of she felt bad because I was paying for everything. You get what I'm saying? Because again, she was used to taking care of others, not others taking care of her. So that was a different aspect.
Right. If you weren't cool with the whole traditional role thing of like,
that's what she wanted, but when she got it,
thing, that's what I'm saying. If that's not who you are, communicate that. If you're not cool with, you see what I'm saying? Like that would have been fine.
Because again, she saw what her mom and her dad have.
And she wanted that.
And she wanted that. And she even told me the story of how they met.
But that's not modern relationships.
That's not and that's what it was.
That's not modernity, unfortunately. Like that's something you actually have to practice.
Yeah.
Like remember what I said, right? You can't just wake up and be the thing. Like you actually have to hold those values.
So, but just in conclusion, that's basically what happened. That's not what's stopping me from dating. I've learned from the 5 years that I was with her,
right?
From that experience,
right? And not every woman is.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I don't put all women in a.
You're not a monolith.
Yeah, I don't put all women in a monolith and say, okay,
you just all have the capacity to do the most heartbreaking shit
because
ever,
the fact of the. Because the fact of the matter is, and I don't care what any guy says, men fall in love faster than women.
We fall quick.
We fall in love faster.
We fall quick.
We fall in love faster than women do.
Because remember, it's not in the moment feeling. We're logically thinking. We already like started planning.
Oh shit!